Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Drumheller Channels in Central Washington. This is a parking lot. I think on Google Maps somebody named it Crab Creek Marsh Unit Number 3 or something like that. Down below the video screen here in the description, right down below, you'll see a link on how to find this place. How you can punch this right into your Google Maps and get yourself here. But the only purpose of this video on this very peaceful Saturday morning is to show you how accessible some amazing basalt rock columns are. And so unlike other geology videos that I've been doing, this is a simple how-to. Especially if you feel like you don't have the physical conditioning that you once had, or you want a little bit of extra encouragement to come out here and to say, yeah, you know, this is doable for you. It's not that difficult to get to these amazing columns. It's one of my favorite places in all of the Pacific Northwest, and you should know about it if you want to get here. So I'm going to do this all in one shot and in real time, just kind of basically time myself to see how, you know, I'm 60 years old. I'm not exactly a spring chicken. I'm not in the best condition possible, but I'm hoping to show you that if you want to bring your kids out here, small children, if you're a grandparent age, this is all doable for you. And again, the easiest way to get you here is to punch in the coordinates for that parking lot. And I'll let you decide beyond that how you want to do it. I'm hoping to just do this without a whole lot of narration, because I basically, especially if you're in distant lands and there's no way you're coming out here, I'm just hoping you can get a taste for what this place is like. But you know, I can't keep my mouth shut for that long. I think we know that by now. So I'll toss in a few things here and there. Is this a geology video? It is not. I don't know what to call these, but I'm starting to think that I can serve a role here by simply encouraging people to come out, especially this time of year. And for those in Washington, this place is not that hard to get to. Centrally located, really, for people all across the region. And yeah, I might be meeting some of you out here at some point, but I'm not sure when that will happen. The road itself has been improved. I don't know what the motivation is there, but this pea gravel hasn't been here forever. And I've been coming out here, well, especially this time of year. March to me is the prime time for this place, for a number of reasons. And so I've seen some improvements to this site over the last 10 years. And since it's a federal wildlife refuge, I guess the managers of that branch have been trying to maintain this. But just like I did last weekend with the Frenchman Coulee video, I'm pleased to report that there's not a ton of regulations or signs or anything. You just kind of come out here and respect it and try not to trash the place, and we can just keep rolling. This place is gated off between November 1st and March 1st, so that's another reason I tend to come out here in March. It's because the gate's unlocked and I can finally get in here. So we're walking south. You're looking south and you're like, well, I don't see much. Well, what are we? Almost 5 minutes into the video. I'm still on this pea gravel, but I'm about to leave it. This is new. I don't know what this is about. Maybe somebody just wanted to get rid of this, and that's unfortunate. If this is truly garbage, I don't know, but it looks like some hard pan. So I don't know if that'll be there forever, but if it is, if you come out in the next month, I guess that little pile of white rock is a landmark for you. One last look at the road. And you're like, I don't know, why do I have to walk that 5 minutes? Why couldn't I park right here? I guess you could. But those that want to make sure they're going in the right direction, I guess that's the point. So maybe this shoulder is a place for you to park as well. I was first brought out here by Tom Foster 12 years ago, I think. And I was very surprised. I'd not even heard of this little parking lot and this set of columns. And I had already been living here for 20 years. And since that time, I have continued to bring students out here, to bring friends out here, to bring our kids out here. Yes, this is the place I dropped my hammer. And we're not going to that crack in particular, but I'll give you a sense of that before we leave, before we cut the camera. So I've heard from many of you over the years with comments like, I don't know, that sounds risky. I don't know if I should go out there. I don't have all the right permits, and I don't know who to pay my entrance fee to. And there's none of that here. This is free. This is accessible to all. This is not that far away from civilization, the little town of Othello, Washington, not that far away. And by doing this walk-in, seeing is believing, but I'm hoping that you can do away with a few of your fears about the physical challenges. Now you're hearing the huffing and puffing a little bit, mostly because I haven't been hiking. Haven't been hiking since last fall, so well, this is basically flat, but I'll let you decide if this is for you. You're like, okay, well, why do you think March is the best time of year to come out here? Well, you can come out here any time of the year between March 1st and November 1st, but the temperatures are blistering hot in the summer. It's common to be over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Lately, of course, later in the spring, later in the summer into the fall, we've got air quality issues with the wildfire smoke, which seems to be an annual thing now. If you're fond of green, I don't know if you are, but if you are, this is about as green as things get here in this kind of a ecosystem. I've already heard a lot of birds hanging around out here this morning. In fact, full disclosure, I already did this walk like an hour ago, and my microphone wasn't working, so I had to swap out and get a different microphone. So I've already done this, man. I'm lathered up now. So obviously the start of the show is here, and you could make a beeline for the base of that cliff, but I think I want to get a little bit of a different perspective. Wow, another hiccup with my phone. Something's going on. I don't know what it is, but let's continue. And I've just, picked up where I just left off. So we're still within just a few minutes of the car. And the lighting is good now to enjoy these columns. So even if you park at that little parking lot, no facilities, by the way, even if you park at that little parking lot, within 15 minutes of very slow, steady walking, without any climbing whatsoever, you can be here. And it's about 10 o'clock in the morning on March 11th. And this is the lighting, March 12th, sorry. And this is the lighting on this Saturday morning. Another reason to come in March, although I'm not really sure what I'm talking about, is the snake situation. Now, that is a deal breaker for many. I don't totally understand it because my experiences with rattlesnakes over the years has been plentiful and yet never a problem. If you hear a rattle, you just stop what you're doing and slowly walk away, go a different direction. That's the end of the story. And in April, I've taken students up here, especially in these rocks in this area, and I've heard a few rattles. And you're like, okay, this is an important place for the rattlesnakes, and we're leaving. But if that is a very significant issue for you, then March is a better time to come out than a little bit later. And now that I say that, I'm no snake expert. I don't really know if that's true or not. Maybe some comments down below. Folks who really know rattlesnake habitat, etc., can confirm or deny that March is a better time. But my message is, from my experience, I suppose I don't know how many I've seen over the years, rattlesnakes. Hundreds, I think, over the years, just screwing around out here. And never had a problem. So I don't know if you are semi-reasonable about such matters. I can't imagine this is a reason to avoid a place like this. I know many of you have that feeling, but I commonly call these Tootsie Rolls for obvious reasons. And yes, if you're curious, this is a different lava flow than the crinkle-cut French fry lava flow of last weekend. That was Frenchman Coulee, and that was the Rosa lava flow. And the Rosa flow is here, but it's lower in the stack. We're a couple layers higher in the German chocolate cake, and this is the Elephant Mountain lava flow. And for those unfamiliar, the names for these individual lava layers, in other words, the names for these different layers in the German chocolate cake, is simply named after a place where that particular lava layer is exposed best, or at least first studied carefully. So there's always confusion, like, is this really Elephant Mountain itself? No, it's not. Well, why do they call it Elephant Mountain? Did it come out of Elephant Mountain? No. This lava flow cooled 11.2 million years ago and then cracked into these beautiful columns. And many of the columns are gone. The Ice Age floods ripped them up and took them away. Similar to last weekend. I think that same bird was here last year at this time when I was talking. Maybe not happy that I'm here.